Baseball season is in full swing, and while this time of the year has most of us thinking about peanuts and Cracker Jacks, we should also be thinking about the errors we're making with our money. So local financial professional Scott Carty from Carty Capital Management is here to give us the play-by-play on how to dodge some major league mistakes and hit a grand slam with our finances. So let's talk about the 3 strikes that we're all trying to avoid here. Strike 1.
Yeah, the first one is really no game plan. Okay, so when a baseball team goes to play a baseball game, they don't go out there and just kind of wing it. They have a plan going in. They have a scouting report that they're looking over, and so many of us do not do the same thing with our finances, and specifically with our budget. Okay, I talk to my clients a lot about budgeting. I know everybody hates that word, but it's so important to get a grasp on how much money you have coming in, and then where it's all going to.
So one of the things about having a game plan is setting the appropriate lineup. And what do you mean by when you say that?
So the appropriate lineup is really knowing where your money is going. So we all have kind of a grasp of where our income is coming from, but once it comes into our bank, it really just kind of evaporates rather quickly.
Seems like it.
It does. So we need to figure out where we are saving money, where we are spending as far as our bills, if we're giving money away, and then also more of our wants. And I think that's the big one that gets a lot of people.
So that's strike 1. So what are we looking at with strike 2?
Strike 2 is really not saving for retirement. You know, we are all really guilty of this at times, but at some point in your life, you're not going to have an income coming in from work unless you want to keep working.
Right.
And most of us don't. So with that, what we need to do is really start saving. I read a statistic the other day that 2/3 of people are not saving into their 401ks or 403bs. 2/3 of people. So the first thing is, if you get a match with your 401k or 403b, you need to take advantage of it. If you don't, then you need to look for other vehicles to do a retirement savings.
And sometimes those matches can be a little bit tricky, and that's what people need to look into. Is sometimes it's like your company will match 3% 1-to-1, and then 0.5% after that. So in order to get full use of it, sometimes you might have to be saving upwards of 7 or 8% so you can get that 5%. Is that right?
Absolutely, but it's worth it. If they're going to give you 5 or 6%, then you need to take advantage of it. Even if you have to put in 7% to get it, that's free money that they're giving to you.
So the retirement is our post game, if you will. So we want to avoid that strike. What about strike 3?
Strike 3 is really not checking your score. And the score we're talking about here is your credit score. Okay, too many of us are guilty of not ever looking at your credit score. And it can be so important to save us money in car loans and home loans. So it's important to always be checking your credit score. And you can get a free credit report once a year from one of the 3 credit reporting agencies.
Right, check your credit score, the baseball scoreboard. Look at this, it's all fitting together.
That's right.
Scott Carty, it's like he knows what he's talking about here. All right, this is wonderful. We're going to put all of this on our website at fox2detroit.com, and your website?
CartyCapital.com.
There you go. All right, guys, now you know. Don't strike out when it comes to your finances.